Next up, we have Nick Mott and ACTDIVATE. So without further ado, please welcome Nick Mott.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your time, or good morning even still. Thanks for your time. Before we start, I do want to give a small shout out to everybody that's made this possible, because I think that's super important. I know lots gone into this. So to DSO, Global Growth Hub, Omar, Maxim, the guys there, to MIT, Gilad and the team, and our kick-ass interns as well. Thank you for all your work in the last month. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Cool. I'm going to start with a massive number, $3 trillion. I'm going to pause for a little while just to sort of accept and absorb that. IBM states that this is how much a year is lost by businesses due to bad data. And we've experienced that in our own careers, very honestly, myself and my co-founder. And this big challenge is actually what brought us together to create this opportunity that we feel that we can help to solve. And we're looking to particularly solve this in cities. We know that cities are leaning further into data to become smarter, and we think that this problem here is something that we can help. My name is Nick, and along with my co-founder, we want to tell you a little bit about what we do at ACTDIVATE. So, as I mentioned earlier, we've been in data for a number of years across commercial and the technical side of things, most recently in travel and destinations. And we've come constantly across the problem of bad data. We know there's tons of it out there, as you saw, but we know a lot of it is disconnected. And we realized that we just couldn't give our clients exactly what they wanted due to this disconnected nature of how this data is generated. If we focus a little bit more specifically on smart cities themselves, we know that there are billions of data points generated by millions of people in hundreds of cities every single day. A lot of this data is just going up into the sky and being lost because of the disconnected nature of how it's generated. Just to put that into context, the amount of data generated every day is the equivalent of 9 million mobile phones storage that you can max out every day. That's how much data is out there today in cities. The challenge that we can see is that only 1% of this data is actually being used to make better business decisions around planning and optimization. And TechCrunch have said that businesses struggle to harness and understand data. 80% of their time is actually spent on trying to figure data out today. So what do we do at ACTDIVATE? And what are we trying to solve? We're here to kind of just remove the headache and the cost by understanding what makes cities busy and why. We then make that data accessible to business and governments that operate within that city for them to optimize their operations for planning. By doing that, they're able to optimize their resource allocations. In turn, we hope to create better city experiences. Let's look what this looks like in action. Let's just take a regular business that's operating in a city, like thousands of businesses today. We know that there are many, many factors and many anomalies that affect their demand, affect their revenue generation. There could be stuff like weather, traffic, travel, attended events. A lot of this stuff goes unnoticed and undetected by them. They're not even considering this data today. What we do at ACTDIVATE is we pull all of this unconsidered data together to bring a new view, a consolidated view for them. Let's see what this looks like here in actual practice. Let's take a major concert. We've identified there's going to be an increase in demand within a particular area of a city. Let's call it downtown Dubai as we're here. What we can see here is we're able to provide a view of what's going to be happening with that event to particular businesses. Let's see three simple use cases of how they can interpret that data today. For a government, they're able to use that data to identify where there's going to be crowd management and how they optimize that better, and do that in advance. For malls, they can take advantage of that demand and that increase in footfall density by ensuring they've got the right workforce. They're optimizing the right workforce, getting the right people down there to maximize that revenue opportunity. And finally, for rideshare and hospitality, looking outside of their own surges based on demand, we can bring in complementary enriched data for them to use to ensure that they're maximizing their prices. And how do we deliver all of this? Very, very simply, this is all delivered via our AI-powered intelligence platform called Stream. Okay? What Stream does, very simply, it's a real-time and future-time analytics platform for businesses to use for operational planning and efficiency. What does our growth look like? Well, our addressable market over on the left, you can see these are the identified verticals that we've seen who are very interested in this data. We're also, some of those clients from those verticals we're already talking to. We actually have 2 successful POCs. We have 3 companies in procurement currently. What does growth look like? We're looking to try and drive over $8 million of SaaS-based subscription recurring revenue over the next 4 years. And we're looking to do that, we're looking for $1 million in investment, which will initially onboard a team that will help to capture this opportunity and execute on this opportunity, help us to continue innovate from an AI perspective, from our infrastructure and our product innovation, and lastly, to scale. We're looking to move into new markets. Create better city experiences by understanding demand with Activate. Thank you for your time today. Are there any questions? I think there's a... Cool.
Very good presentation, thanks.
Thank you.
Where do you actually get the data from?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we use multiple sources, okay? So we use a lot of proprietary data sources that we actually work with today. This could be across location, mobility, stuff like this. So we pull in a lot of different data sources to get a proper view of the city. Yeah?
I'm sorry, I missed a bit of the presentation, but
okay.
So what is the one thing that you're doing right that makes sure that the accuracy of your algorithms is correct?
Sorry, could you just put the microphone a little bit closer to you? Sorry.
Yeah. So what is the one thing that you're doing right that makes sure that the accuracy of the algorithm is correct?
We're working very closely with the clients, very, very simply to help validate the view that they're looking for. What we don't provide is a block stock view, like some other data intelligence and analytics providers do. We will actually sit and understand deeply what their problem is. We spend time with those clients to understand what that finite detail is, and then we work with them to ensure that we're validating the process as we go along consistently with the clients. So that's how we do it. So yeah.
That sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Thanks.